Now, what I'd like to start with is actually if each of you guys could introduce just for a moment your fund and what you're investing in. So.
Okay, I'm Alexander Galitsky. I'm founder of Almaz Capital, which is, we are running approximately 300 million into funds, 35 companies, 8 exits. We are B2B guys, sometimes B2C, very not often. And our company's risk ticket is starting from 100,000 and end by 15 million. So we are mostly focused A and B, doing some seed sometime.
Okay, good. So let me start with a question for Alexander. So when was Almaz founded? What year?
Sorry?
What year was Almaz founded?
Found?
Yeah.
Yeah, first fund we started in 2008.
So
the second fund 2013.
And you're mainly focused in Russia, or in in U.S.
Our main office in the US.
Right.
All our exit in the US.
Okay.
So what we are doing actually what European funds not doing.
Yes.
We lift in companies today mostly from Eastern Europe to US.
Yes.
And realize them there. So by this way we are looking for Eastern European founders, or sometimes we are looking for US founders and adding Eastern European developers.
Okay.
So it is what we are doing.
And was that the kind of thesis from the very beginning, from 2007?
Yeah, it was from beginning. It was my experience to build companies. I built the companies the same way. In my 5 companies which I built, 3 I built by the same way, starting companies from here and moving them from day one to California and realize them there.
Yeah. So maybe the question would be, what do you see in this market right now, and how do you see kind of Belarusia in terms of all the different markets in Eastern Europe that you're kind of following?
So far we have only one investment which related to Belarusia. We have a company which is actually French-Swiss with hardware development, IoT, and with software development over here. It is a company named Quick. QIK.
Oh yeah.
So, and it is only one which related to Belarusia right now. I see it has started to emerge right now. The point is that the difference between many places, so in big places you need to understand market, yes? So you need to understand, especially in B2B, what actually customer requirements is. So Belarusia open borders, as I know, so it will help.
Okay.
So it is what I believe, it is why I'm here.
Well, you've seen obviously many different kind of European and Eastern European ecosystems grow, and your strategy is basically primarily to bridge them to the U.S., correct? What are the success factors, I guess, of the companies that have actually made it well from here into the U.S.? What are the keys?
No, first of all, it is we need to compare it. Speaking to about US, we need to say that first of all, it is you need to find right way to the global market immediately, which was already mentioned. And the reason is very simple. US, when it is established market already for IT and software, has 40-45% of total market. And for example, I don't know, Belarusia possibly has 0, 1.
Rounding error.
Russia has 1. I don't know how Finland possibly have 1. So, or less. And if you start locally, you losing a lot of time, since in the US at the beginning when emerging technology come in, it is possibly 80-90% of market going there. So from this perspective, there's a reason to go immediately global and to lend yourself to the US. The second one, of course, you need to measure yourself. So what are your abilities? So when you need to have partner, well, I mean the partner from point of view managed company, since when you started to get US sales, for example, it is mistake, since US people very good to sell themselves.
Yes.
So from this perspective, you're getting wrong salespeople very often.
Right.
So in this case, you need to get really good partner to work in US. And third one, I will say, you need to choose. So you're going through acceleration program or not. Some people tell you that if you believe in your company, never go to accelerator. The reason is very simple, since you give up a lot of property for nothing.
Yeah.
in the end, like
Sometimes,
100
yep.
million or 200 million and $1 billion company just for work which people doing for you for 3 months.
Yep.
So it is your choose to go directly or to go through accelerator to US. So it is what I will suggest to do.
Have some of your companies either gone through acceleration in the US before or after you've invested, or in general not?
Our company not.
Yeah.
But in general, we try to find the right model for all the stage companies for us, since when I told we invest 100,000 as well. So we would like to get them sometimes from before graduation in some accelerators, looking for B2B guys like Alchemist or someone else like
Right.
Alchemist. So this guy is doing pretty heavy job, 6 months to help companies to go. I'm not very favor of Y Combinator, since it is like mostly internet type of guys, which is
Yes.
3 guys building something. So from this perspective, yeah, we have in our portfolio companies which is went through. We have one which decided to go and to give up founder shares to
Yes.
one accelerator. I will not name the company and
Yep.
what they gave. So they understood mistake after, let's say, graduation. When you're speaking about B2B industry, so even I in favor since I grew up in B2B. So enterprise software, it is $150 billion business. Cloud service, it is $170 billion business. And you can try to compete with guys like Amazon, for example, or somebody else. And when you're speaking about, for example, fashion industry, it is $1 trillion business, which did not touch at all what I will support by modern technology. So if you're speaking about many others, construction, agro, and everything, it's very a lot of stuff which is disruptive. And I agree that financial industry, including venture, will change.
Yes.
Venture capital guys, it is not gods. It is a service company which serve entrepreneurs. This needs to be understood. So if you will get in more intellectual guy, since venture capitalists given 80% of advices wrong, that's from my opinion. So only 20 you can pick up. So you need to be very smart to pick up the right advices.
Absolutely.
Yeah, since we are speaking about the smartness, and
Yes.
smartness is related to our connection, which is easy to replace.
Yes.
So smartness is actually, it is hiring right people, which will be also replaced by right interview, by robot and everything to make right people to select.
Absolutely. Yep.
So since we spend time speaking about strategy, okay, we have experience, gray hair, we have some strategic things, but it will be also can be replaced. So I agree that venture funds, smart, you need to look in different point. It is one of the suggestions, before you take money, you need to spend time of due diligence of VC with whom you are speaking and ask other entrepreneurs how this VC help for you to grow. It is only one way to find it is smart VC or not smart VC.
To talk to their portfolio companies.
Talk to their portfolio companies, talk to their successful companies, not successful companies, since stories can be different. So, but it is how you will get idea so that you are choosing. It is why I told we are in service business. We help to entrepreneur and not they help us to make money.
How about other questions? So, please, go back.
Hey guys, first of all, thanks for sharing your knowledge with us. And my question is, what kinds of personality traits you are looking for in founders?
Good one.
And in particular, let's say, especially in B2B segment, often CEOs and founders are doing the first sales before hiring, before hiring a sales team, and so it's very hard to find a person who is good at technical, who has technical skills, management skills, and sales skills. So, what
are the key personality traits that you look for in a founder?
All the stage company, at least 2 guys coming to me. It is business and techie guy together. So, and I see that it is a team. It is for me most important. As from point of view of other, of course, characteristic. Yeah, you stay with the guys for 5-6 years. So make that go. So
like
you need to fall in love with them, and you know that you would like to see them crazy, of course, since normal people not invent anything and not create anything.
Absolutely.
So from this perspective, it is need to be smart, crazy guys. So it is what I'm looking usually. So it is, I can speak about personality a lot, what need to be, but it is possibly, it does need to be arrogant guy enough, since he need to change the world.
Yes.
Since if he not arrogant, he will never will have a big dream, or he will afraid the big dream. So it is some kind of strong
mixture of
combination.
this. Yeah.
So when you build company and you have founders and you have few of them, so don't issue shares. Do option plan for everybody. Since it happens that on the row, on 2 years when company just started, one person can leave team.
Yes.
And it is very big drama for everybody. So by this way, option plan for founders, it is need to be established immediately. So it is what I will suggest.
Thanks for coming and thanks for information giving. The question is, you are experts in your fields, you run big money, and why don't you start your own perfect startup?
Very often would like to kick some CEO and run companies since they're doing wrong from point of view, but it is what I choose after 5 of my companies to do the new job, to share my experience to others. So it is why.
So it's a way to scale, kind of scale your experience in a way by working with
and
many.
I have companies which I step in and they was 500K and became in 3 years $200 million sales. So by this way it is where I can do my experience better than to start geeky startup like Uber or geeky startup like, I don't know, something else.
Basically, what's your view on hardware startups and where it's heading? I know that most of you involved in the software techie startups, but what's your view, if you have any, about hardware startups, where the market goes, and about this investment made currently and your projections?
Actually, we did 3 IoT startups which include hardware in different segments, which is smart city segment, which you can do this only in the place where you have strategic partners. And we sold in October a company for, I don't know, several hundreds of millions of dollars. Even company was cash negative. So the point is that it need to be very unique technology, and it need to be pretty like strategic to someone to fit some strategic needs of some big corporate, let's say, company or corporate needs. So we had another layer, which is possibly many of you know company from Ukraine. It is PetCube. So it is tough, yes. So, but what is nice when you have Eastern European developers with $4.5 billion investment company achieved last year $10 million sales.
Yeah.
So it is given approach from Eastern Europeans to build hardware here. And the Minsk actually company, it is also a hardware company, since here the software developers, but it is built around the sensors which built in Lausanne. So by this way, it is tough job since you need to have debt financing, but it's doable. People don't like to do it since it is mostly doing the strategic investors today, since it is long cycles and big risk and requirements of capital, and venture money is not so good for this.
But just to add, do you tailor these startups to specific exit and specific strategic partners? Do you tailor it up front when you invest? Or it just happens that you find the exit opportunity?
First of all, you build in any fund, strategically when you build fund, and you know that curve is coming some wave, since you would like to be on wave of technology. So for each of our first fund we did, like we just wanted to prove models that Eastern European guys, good guys. Since I proven myself, but I don't know how it will work with companies which I will invest. So in the second fund we had verticals which we was specialized, and we built our connections with industry. Yes? So it is storage business, or like I mean that software-defined networks business, or it was cloud business where we had company Parallels or someone. So in this fund we also pick up new industries, and we had IoT in second fund. We will not have IoT in the third fund. We now think it is, and we need to move to the new wave. It is how we operate. So we pick up industries, and we pick up relationship, and we pick up our all efforts to find the way to understand when it is right to sell. If you already sold and everybody bought software-defined network company, it is no reason to invest in one more software-defined company since already everything is taken by vendors.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.